Good evening and welcome back to Tallinn, the centre of Estonia. We're about to get underway with the next event here at the European Championships. We've had a packed day so far. Just been saying hello to Damir Mikets, who is now a double a European champion even. He won the individual gold medal yesterday and got a team medal earlier on today. And very impressive brace of days. My name is Rory McAllister. I'll be your commentator for the remainder of this evening. The next two events, the 10-metre air rifle women and the 10-metre air rifle men. So this wonderful city of Tallinn, we've had a great time so far. Let's just have a closer look. Okay, it turns out we won't be bringing that clip to you just for now, but we do have some beautiful shots of Tallinn to show you. I believe we're ready. So there you are, just a brief look at this beautiful city of Tallinn in Estonia. There are the smiles of the top men at the ISSF. That's the ISSF President Luciano Rossi, who is sitting on the right there, along with the Secretary General, Mr. Willie Grill.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the finals for the 10-metre air rifle women event. It's my honor to present you the best 8 athletes after the qualifications who are competing in the ranking match of these finals. On firing point A, representing Romania, Roxana Sidi with her coach Peter Sidi.
So as the athletes start to come in then, good evening to you, wherever you're watching around the world. Local time here in Tallinn is just coming up to 6 p.m.
On firing point B, representing Finland, Emi Nurkas with the coach Mari Batman-Virtas.
And we'll do the official introductions for you in just a second during the preparation and sighting time.
On firing point C, representing Norway, Jeanette Heg Dustad with the coach Espen Barth-Knudsen.
So here comes Jeanette Heg Dustad from Norway to firing point C. Next athlete will be from Great Britain, Shona McIntosh.
Shona McIntosh with her coach Donald McIntosh.
There's her father Donald, very proud Scotsman. Very nice guy too.
On firing point E, representing Norway, Jenny Steen, and her coach is Espen Barth-Knudsen.
So here's Jenny Steiner of Norway, already with a quota place for Paris in the Olympic Games next summer. So there are some quota places available for the other 7 athletes competing in this final.
And her coach, George Vettel.
So Chiara Leone from Switzerland is next to come in.
On firing point G, representing Serbia, Teodora Vukojevic.
Teodora Vukojevic getting a massive cheer from the Serbian crowd who have gathered here. And it's mainly because they've just seen their mixed team in the pistol win a gold medal. And Anna Janssen of Germany will complete the lineup.
The jury member in charge for the finals is Biserka Verbeck from Croatia.
So Biserka Verbeck from Croatia once again is the jury member in charge for about the third or fourth time this week here at the European Championships. And once again, Mr. Christian Baillet of France, the chief range officer, a very experienced man.
Ladies and gentlemen, please one big round of applause for all the finalists, and we wish them good luck.
There's Mirja Meric of Estonia, who's also played a huge part in this championships over this week so far. We're up to day 5. Most of us can't believe it. We've still got one day to go. That's tomorrow. And of course, another 2 events, this one being the next one. So here's how it finished in qualification. Shona McIntosh of Great Britain just topping the table on 632.5. And then Jenny Steiner of Norway alongside Jeanette Hegg Dustad, also of Norway, on 631.6. So quite some small differences between the 2 Norwegian athletes, only 0.3. And here's how they line up from Romania right down through to Germany. In a second, we'll go through the lineup for you. Once the preparation and sighting time starts, Christian Baillet will call 6 minutes. So wherever you're joining us from around the world, then welcome, sit back, buckle up, and welcome along for the ride. There's Mr. Alexander Ratner. He's the president of the European Shooting Confederation. Has been with us every day, every single final, has also been on medals duty as well for the ceremonies. So any second now, the Chief Range Officer will call for the preparation and sighting time. Here it is. So start has been called and 6 minutes is now ticking down. So that's Vladislav Lushin of Estonia, who's the announcer for these finals and has been so for all the other finals throughout the week. I was just looking up his profile on the ISSF website. He is a rifle shooter himself and has competed over the years. More of a 3P specialist, that's 3 positions. Loves it. I've always found it quite grueling to watch, but it's certainly very, very interesting nonetheless. This, of course, is the 10-meter event, and this is Roxana Sidi of Romania, a silver medalist at the World Cup in Changwon last year, and also has a gold medal at the European Championships. That was in the 50-meter prone back in 2011. And Peter Sidi, the coach. So moving on to firing point B, representing Finland. This is Emmi Hurkas, 7th in the European Championships last year in Hamar. If you were there in Norway, hailed as such a brilliant competition. And we like to think that this year it's matched up to that. So Marianne Hurkas. And now moving down to Jeanette Hegg Dustad of Norway, a shooter that I've been watching for many years. And she competed at the Tokyo Games, was sadly 4th for her in both the 3P and the 10-meter final, just missing out on a medal. But did get a gold yesterday in the team event, so it's not all bad for Jeanette. And here's Shona McIntosh of Great Britain, the first British athlete to make a final all week so far. Bronze medalist at the ISSF Grand Prix earlier this year. And I remember watching Shona take the gold medal at the World Championships in Changwon as well. That was the 50-meter prone. And that was her father, Donald, just sitting there as coach. So here's Jenny Steiner of Norway, already with a quota place. So there isn't one available for her today, but the other 7 athletes can certainly very much have their sights on a quota place for Paris in the Olympic Games next summer. There's Espen Berg-Knudsen, who's the coach. And moving on to firing points F, and this is Switzerland, and this is Chiara Leone. Again, another shooter I've been watching for many years. 2 bronze medalists in the World Cup, mostly in the 3P in the mixed team women. And there's Jörg Wetzel, or George, as he said. He said, it's okay, you can say it in English, just call me George. So Teodora Vukojevic of Serbia. It's been a good day for Serbia so far in the pistol. Gold medal in the mixed team, and also gold medal for Serbia yesterday with Damir Mikic in the pistol. And that's Stevan Plekusic. And Anna Janssen of Germany completes our lineup. Gold medalist at the President's Cup in the 50-meter 3P. She also has many, many medals. There's Ajim Fellman, a German coach. But yes, just looking at Anna's tally of medals over the years, remarkable really. She's got 3 gold medals at the World Championships in various events, 2 in the 3P, 1 in the 50-meter prone. There's also 4 gold medals across various events at the European Championships over the years. And a gold medal from Rio at the World Cup in the 10 meters. So there's the bullseye, 0.5 of a millimeter. If you can imagine in your mind even trying to hit that, try doing it from 10 meters, which I know sounds close, but if you've ever given rifle shooting a go, then you'll know how difficult that is. So we'll have the ranking match series first. There'll be 1 series of 5, then another of 5 to take us to 10, then another series of 5 to take us to 15, and that'll also see the first elimination places where we'll say goodbye to 7th and 8th place. That just gives you an idea of what some of the rifles look like. You can customise all sorts of bits and pieces of them, such as the cheek plate and the butt rest. And there's an idea of one of our electronic targets provided by Sears. Sears have been involved now for decades in the world of shooting at this level. And back in the days when it used to be run on paper and someone used to have to come running back and top them up and see where the shot landed. Nowadays, of course, computers take care of everything. There's Ghislaine Bliez of France, the technical delegate for this competition. A very experienced lady in the world of shooting, has organised so many events over the years. And I'm sure will be very proud to see the Olympic Games arrive in her home nation next summer. Hoping to be there myself. And it'll be a shorter plane journey, that's for sure, than going to Tokyo. So Chief Range Officer will call 30 seconds in just a second, just to let the athletes know that we're coming to the end of the preparation time. So that's now been announced. So quick sip of water for some, just to get the hydration levels up. All of them right-hand shooters in this. We're just looking at Jeanette Justad at the moment, who was a gold medalist yesterday in the team event. There's Robert Feleniak of Slovakia, part of the technical committee of this competition. A very vibrant character. You certainly know when Robert's in the room. So wherever you are around the world, if you are just joining us for this 10-meter air rifle women's European Championship final, then welcome. My name is Rory McAllister and I'll be your commentator for this match. Feel free to leave your comments in the comments section if you're on YouTube or on Facebook. And if you would like to share the link with anyone, easiest way to do that is just go to the European Shooting Confederation website. You'll see the logos there for the live stream link, and then just send that around, because that way people also get the website as well and can access results and various other bits of information about the competition. So 1 more event to come in day 5. After this one, it'll be the 10-meter air rifle men. But for now, our attention is here on the women's final. 10.5 from Horkus of Finland, 10.4 from McIntosh. So any total really above 52 would be very impressive by the time this series comes to a close. And you can just see the indication there on the graphics of how many remaining shots each athlete's got. So The City are already taken 2, as has Horkas. Justad on 1 shot so far. McIntosh has fired a 10.9. Terrific shot for the Briton. That's the perfect score. And more of those would mean she'd very much be topping the table come the end of the series. There's her dad, Donald, looking on. He'll remain calm, he always does. And there's Jeanette Justad just giving it a bit of thought before she thinks to herself, it's time to shoot. So McIntosh follows that 10.9 with a 10.6. Meanwhile, Stainer next to her fires a 10.7, very impressive. And there's Shona McIntosh with the traditional dyed hair at the back. And the Scottish flag in her earplugs as well. It's the kind of thing that they go crazy at in schools back in Britain. Turn up with different coloured hair and sent out the school gates, but Shona's past all that now. And now firing once again here on the world stage. So a 10.9 earlier on, and a 10.7 was the last one, a 10.4 now. And most of the shots landing in the 10 ring for the moment. There's just that 9.9 from Emmy Hurkus and a 9.7 from Anna Janssen, who's way out to the side on firing point H. 10.8 from Jeanette Justad. And McIntosh is in front at the moment on 42.3. And has now topped the table at 53.1. .8 from Justad, just looking at Jeanette here again, and follows that with a 10.5. So McIntosh is at the top, 53.1. We said that anything over 52 would be impressive, and there's 2 of our athletes that have managed that. McIntosh is one of them, 53.1, and Jeanette Justad of Norway on 52.4. So there's 0.7 between these 2 women as it stands. And then some of the other differences just so marginal. There's 1.3 there with Jenny Stainer between her and Annie Janssen. They're both on the same score though, 51.3. So there's just that 1.3 gap then between the 2 athletes tied on 3rd and 1st and 2nd. There's Mr. Luciano Rossi, the ISSF president, voted in at the end of last year. So now this is the 2nd ranking match series. That was the first 5 shots. We'll now have another 5. And then after the next ranking match series, that's when we'll have our first eliminations. But at the moment, 8th place, Roxana City on 50.6. And then McIntosh up on 53.1. So even the difference between 1st and 8th isn't that large at the moment. So big cheer for the German, 10.8. Reacted straight away. Justad with a 10.7, otherwise other shots going in and around the mid-10s. You'll just see the different styles as well here, particularly on the rest in hand. You'll see there Jeanette resting the rifle right in the middle of her palm with almost her fingers outstretched and spread. And some athletes will opt for sort of closed knuckles and resting it on their knuckles. Others will grip in a different way. And it all just comes down to individual style. Of course, in rifle shooting as well, the suits are there to help with stability. 10.9. From McIntosh of Great Britain, terrific shot. And that's exactly what you want on a stage such as this at the European Championships. This is such a high standard. Look at some of those other scores going in. 10.7s all over the place. 10.3s, 10.6, 10.5. And every single one of McIntosh's shots has been in the 10 ring, and 2 10.9s so far from the Briton. Justad also with a 10.9 in her last shot. Again, the improvement that Jeanette's made over the last 5 years has been absolutely remarkable. Lots of medals in team events, but is now starting to pick them up in individual competitions over the last few years. And like that, as I said earlier, narrowly missed out on a medal at Tokyo twice. She was 4th in the 10 meters and the 50 meter 3P. And that's 3 positions, by the way, for those of you that are new to it. That's starting in the kneeling position, then prone, just lying down and then standing up for the final bit of the competition. So a 10.9 from Vukojevic of Serbia. And the standard is just incredible here. So Justad now with her final shot, and it's a 10.6 to complete things. Has that changed anything? Well, it just means that the gap has narrowed ever so slightly. McIntosh of Great Britain still leads on 106.2. Justad now 0.5 behind on 105.7. Meanwhile, Annie Janssen, that gap has just got slightly bigger. It was 1.3, and now it's stretched out to 2.2.
Is actually just 0.5 behind her.
And the other difference is 0.5, 0.2, 0.1, 0.6 and 0.6 down at the bottom. So just under 5 points separates top and bottom. Donald perhaps struggling with the loud whistling. I wonder perhaps, is he a bit like myself sometimes? There's a great book called The Highly Sensitive Person, who sometimes is sensitive to loud noises, bangs, high shrieks. It's a book I've been reading, and it's very, very interesting so far, I can tell you that. So will there be any change at the top in this 3rd ranking match series? It's also the first one where we'll have some eliminations. So 10.7 flying in for Annie Janssen of Germany. It's the highest shot so far in this 3rd series. Justad with a 10.1, McIntosh with a 10.2. So 9.9 for Siddy on firing point 8A. It follows that with a 10.5, so a nice recovery. Hurkas of Finland, terrific shot, 10.7. Again, there's not that much difference in stance and style between these 8 athletes. Sometimes you do see some legs right out to the right-hand side in order for balance, and backs being arched. And so however you feel more comfortable with the rifle, but they're all fairly similar out there today. Well, that's the Serbians going crazy for Vukojevic's shot of 10.7. She's tied for 4th at the moment. 133.9. McIntosh with a 10.8. Just see the shadows on her shots around the 10 ring. Some very, very good grouping. And there's another shot in the 9 ring for Roxana Siddi. So 90 seconds about to ping on the clock in the remainder of this series. McIntosh with a 10.6. Can she do Scotland proud today? Just look at that consistency as well. Every single shot in the 10 ring, every single one so far. World class. .7 from Stainer, who already has a quota place, so it's the other 7 that are chasing down the dream. But of course, 2 are about to leave. There's Zorana Arunovic and Damir Mikets, along with his brother Goran Mikets in the middle. They're relaxed because their gold medal's in the bag. So Justad, last shot 10.7, just waiting on her now to complete this. What's she going to finish on? Is it enough to take the lead? Well, it was an impossibility really, wasn't it? Once I'd done the maths in my head and looked at it and thought, well, no, not even a 10.9 can get her as high enough that she needs to be in order to eclipse McIntosh. So we're about to say goodbye to 7th and 8th place. And Roxana Siddi of Romania leaves in 8th on a total of 153.4. And also leaving us from Switzerland is Chiara Leone. So 2 have left us. It leaves us with 6 remaining athletes. And it's McIntosh and 149 who's the clear leader at the moment, and the gap has increased. Jeanette Justad is trying to stay hot on her heels on 157.9. Annie Janssen of Germany is in 3rd.
2.7 points behind.
So 0.5 of a difference, and that's now going to switch round to 2.1 or 1.1. So 2.7 difference between Annie Janssen and Jeanette Justad in 3rd and 2nd place. So there is McIntosh, the competition leader, with the 10.9 on the end of her sleeve. And a 10.6 from the German. Nice opening shot in this 4th ranking match series. McIntosh, meanwhile, with a nice steady 10.5. Also a 10.5 from Stainer. And a 10.5 from Justad and from Horkus. 10.2 from Vukiewicz. So McIntosh went into this 4th ranking match series with a 1.1 lead. And that's what she's got to try and defend here. 10.3 in her 2nd shot. Stainer with a 10.5. So if Justad can hit higher than a 10.3, she'll close the gap. But no, it's exactly the same, so the gap remains the same. 1.1 still the difference between the top 2. 10.8 from Janssen of Germany, great shot. It's so silent here in the finals hall. I wish somebody would drop a pin, because then we could test whether or not you can hear a pin drop. Justad, on the other hand, some very consistent shooting right the way across the board. McIntosh hit us 10.7. Justad now still to fire, and again matches her 10.7. So the gap is still locked at 1.1. Annie Janssen with another high shot, 10.8. Out on firing point H. And here's McIntosh, the competition leader as it stands. .6, just slightly lower than that last 10.7. And Justad of Norway has a chance here to close the gap. Meanwhile, a 10.9 from Hurkus of Finland. And a 10.7, so it's now a 1.0 gap. So Annie Janssen completed her series. She's on 207.9. So it looks like she'll be safe. And it looks like Jenny Steiner of Norway and Vukojevic will be leaving us. Unless, of course, Justad has an absolute shocker here and completely misses the target, which is highly unlikely, at 10.5. So it now means that Jenny Steiner, we're already with a quota place for the Paris Olympic Games, will be leaving us in 6th place, representing Norway. And representing Serbia in 5th place will be Teodora Vukojevic.
Goes to Teodora Vukojevic from Serbia.
So the safety flag goes back into her rifle and waves to the crowd. And mainly over to the Serbian supporters who are actually on their feet and standing for Teodora. It's been a while since I've seen someone in 5th place get a response like that, but it's so nice to see here at the European Championships. If you are just joining us, this is the 10-metre air rifle women's final. Shona McIntosh of Great Britain leads the way, a difference of 1.0 once the scoreboards adjust.
5 shots will find out who will win the bronze in this match.
And now that's 1.2. Sorry, I said 1.0, I meant 1.1. Up to 1.2 now. So 4 left. Who's going to take bronze? We'll find out over the next 5 shots. So Emmy Hurkus of Finland, those bright ear defenders. McIntosh has hit a 10.7. Hurkus likewise with a 10.7. And Justad with a 10.5. So for the moment, McIntosh goes 1.4 in front. Oh, terrific shot. Look at that from Annie Janssen of Germany. 10.8. That's exactly what you need at this stage. So Janssen, certainly with a shot like that, staying in the hunt for a medal. So 10.4 from McIntosh, and now 10.5 from Justad. So that affects the gap between these two. So a 1.3 difference between Justad of Norway and Shona McIntosh. 10.5 from McIntosh, it's steady on her 3rd shot. 9.8 meanwhile for Annie Janssen of Germany. And here's Justad of Norway. Oh, 10.0, so that's not going to aid her for the moment. But you do have to remember that at the end of this series, it's just the top two that go into the gold medal match. So whilst your total obviously matters, if you're fairly clear of the chasing pack, which these two are, then all those scores get wiped and reset when you go into the gold medal match stage. So McIntosh, another very impressive score in the 10 ring, a 10.6. Meanwhile, Janssen has recovered with a 10.9, 10.8 even. So now really, barring a disaster from either McIntosh or Justad, it's a fight for the bronze medal between Hurkacz and Janssen, and it's looking likely to be the German at the moment. But things change in shooting quite quickly. .0 from the German and a 10.4 from Hurkacz of Finland. So the bronze medal is going to Germany. So the first medal of this 10-metre air rifle women's final. It means that McIntosh, I think, just blowing a sigh of relief with Justad going to the gold medal stage. But leaving us in 4th place, representing Finland, Emmy Hurkacz.
And the bronze medal of 10-metre air rifle women competitions goes to Anna Janssen from Germany.
And Anna Janssen of Germany is the bronze medalist, much to the delight and applause of the German supporters and everyone around the finals hall here also applauding that achievement. So if you are just joining us, welcome. Do buckle up and get ready for the ride, because it's going to be a real fight between these two. Not only are they right next to each other out on the firing line, I think Jeanette's just saying I'm a bit hot out here. It is very warm. I mean, considering it's -4, -5 degrees Celsius outside, it's just when you're under the lights, and because of like the flooring in here and everything's temporary, because we're in a huge basketball court that's been converted into the finals hall. So it's nice to see not only the bronze medal confirmation, but also that the top two with the quota places for the Paris Olympic Games. And here we go. The battle is on. Norway versus Great Britain. Justad versus McIntosh. Now Shona will probably fire first out of the two. 30 seconds left on the clock. And McIntosh with a 10.4 does fire first. And Jeanette Justad of Norway with a 10.9. So even he's applauding. Donald McIntosh says, yep, that's a fair shot. It's a perfect shot. It's a 10.9. So Justad of Norway now 2 points in front in the race to get to 16 points for the gold medal.
Start.
Shona settles down into her shot. Slightly different styles between the two, certainly in terms of how they hold the rifle, and you can see that's clear. McIntosh with a 10.8. What a response. And she knows it's good too. Meanwhile, Justad with a 10.1. So they're level. Justad of Norway 2. McIntosh of Great Britain 2. So another load command is given. Another 50 seconds is added to the clock.
Start.
10.8 from McIntosh again. Justad has to respond to that. And it's a 10.2, so another series win for Shona McIntosh. Dad quickly looks down, looks up again. Perhaps just a bit of nerves from Donald sitting in the seats. It must be agonising watching your own daughter in a European Championship final like this. So can Justad of Norway respond here? Will McIntosh plough in another 10.8 shot or higher? She's had 2 so far. Justad, meanwhile, has been in the lower 10s. And McIntosh fires another 10.8. I mean, I don't have a crystal ball. I promise you I don't. I just know how good Shona McIntosh is. Likewise, Jeanette Justad is also a world-class shooter. And 10.5 means that Shona McIntosh takes another series win. It's 6 points to 2, and Norway have called a timeout.
So she's on a total of 6 right now.
So I think Jeanette is just struggling with the heat. I mean, because not only do you have the suit, but there's all the underlayers as well. I mean, I do sometimes look at the rifle athletes and think, how long does it take to get ready for a final? The pistol guys, yeah, just turn up in a t-shirt and a tracksuit bottoms, all good to go. Rifle, on the other hand, well, I've got to get this on, and then I've got to put that on, and oh, can somebody help me buckle this up, please? But that's the dedication of the athletes in the world of rifle shooting. So just having a word with Jeanette, just saying, remember what we've done in practice, and just remember how good you are. And believe in yourself. So Jeanette Justad of Norway loads. What can she do here? 2 coaches, 1 seat apart. Well, they're never going to sit together, were they? 6 points to 2. Shona McIntosh with a 10.2 this time. So a chance for Justad perhaps. She's been hitting the lower 10 so far. So needs a 10.3 or higher to take this. And a 10.7 from the Norwegian. That's a terrific response. The fight is on. Jeanette Justad of Norway now on 4 points. Shona McIntosh on 6. It's freezing outside, but it's certainly hotting up in here. The drama continues.
Stop.
And I wonder now if this is going to be very, very close right to the end. McIntosh is taking her time, settles into her shot, 35 seconds remaining. I wonder what positive vibes Donald is sending out. 10.5 from McIntosh. And I think she turns around and thinks, is that going to be enough? I think the Norwegians will go berserk if this comes in as a 10.6 or higher, but it's a 10.1. So McIntosh once again has a series win and is now halfway there to the gold medal. Father Donald takes in a deep breath and he knows what's at stake here. 16 points is the target for the gold medal and the title of European champion.
Stop.
So once again, settles in. Justad slightly later. Will it be another series win for McIntosh? Will Justad fight back? 10.0. So now this is a chance here for the Norwegian. What can Jeanette Justad hit here? 10.7. Very, very impressive. And it's closed the gap to 2 points. And Donald McIntosh, of course, can call a timeout if he wishes to. I think he'll just leave it for the moment. I wonder what will happen, though, if, for example, Justad was to win this next series. If it goes level, will there be a timeout called then? I do wonder. Is it decent enough? Could be. 10.7, no, it's gone level. 8 points apiece now. And McIntosh, I think, is thinking to herself, she's certainly up for a fight here. And I think also literally feeling the heat just touching her cheek just there. And what a battle we've got. More drama here at the European Championships. I don't know if we can take any more, to be honest, because all of our medal matches, bar one, have been like this, so close. Now, this is anybody's gold medal now, I would say. 8 points each, both halfway there to the gold. Will McIntosh take the lead again? Will it be Justad of Norway? Oh, 10.5. McIntosh now waits to wonder, is it enough? And Jeanette has under 10 seconds left, has fired. 10.7, so she's just done it. So Jeanette Justad of Norway is now in front for the first time.
Anyway, she's now in the lead of this match with 10.
So Justad on 10 points. Even I'm taking a deep breath. Shona McIntosh on 8 points. And I wonder if there'll be a timeout called if Justad wins this next series. Or will Donald McIntosh just leave Shona just to get on with things? So 30 seconds remain on the clock. It's very, very tense here. 10.1. Oh, I think McIntosh's face says it all, so she'll be wondering now, is it enough? And well, Justad's hit the same score, so the scores are now split. So 1 point each because they've both hit the same total of 10.1. So Justad now on 9, McIntosh, on 11, McIntosh on 9.
For the next competition, low. Start.
Well, I don't know how much more of this we can take, to be honest. So close between these two. I think it's always more interesting as well when they're right next to each other. Jeanette Justad on firing point C and McIntosh on firing point D. And a 10.5. That's an impressive shot. Could be enough. 10.8 from Jeanette Justad of Norway. And fairly silently, Donald McIntosh acknowledges that, and I think says, good shot.
So potentially, 2 starts might be just a couple of shots.
So this could be over in 2 more series, because another series win for Justad would be to 15. And then she would just need a draw or another win. McIntosh, on the other hand, shot so well in the ranking match series and led the competition right the way up to the gold medal match. So if she brings back in some of that form right now, that will lead to series wins. So pressure on Shona McIntosh. And this is where all her experience counts. Can she pull this back? 10.7, very good. Nigh on perfect. And a 10.7 from Justad, so it's another draw. So, for Shona McIntosh, the drama continues on. Justad on 14 points, McIntosh on 10. So she can afford 1 more draw, McIntosh, but another series win, and Justad will be a double gold medalist here at the European Championships. So Shona McIntosh, the whole of Scotland is watching, and the whole of Scotland is with you. .2. Now I think the Norwegians will go berserk. You'll certainly hear more of those rattles if this is higher than a 10.2, and it is. It's a 10.7. It means Jeanette Justad of Norway is a double gold medalist. She picked up a team gold yesterday and now is the European champion. There's also the quota place for the Paris Olympic Games. Can she go to Paris and improve on her 4th place in the 10 metres and in the 50-metre 3P? Congratulate Shona McIntosh, hug between the two of them. Shona McIntosh of Great Britain is the silver medalist and also takes the quota place for the Olympic Games in Paris. That's Great Britain's first medal of these European Championships, and it's a silver. Smiles back at her father. And the crowd applauds. And the bronze medalist joins in. That's Annie Janssen of Germany. So we'll just wait now for the athletes to line up, and then the official announcement and presentation.
So, we are now ready to present our medalists, and the bronze medal goes to Annie Janssen from Germany.
So Annie Janssen of Germany raises her rifle aloft. What an achievement, a bronze medal at the European Championships here in Tallinn, Estonia.
Medalist, Shona McIntosh from the United Kingdom.
So Shona McIntosh of Great Britain, bedecked in blue.
And the gold medalist,
A very proud Scotswoman, raises her rifle, but for now, the title of European champion goes to Jeanette Justad of Norway, the gold medalist. A gold medal yesterday and another one today. And it's all one-handed between Jeanette and Shona at the moment. What a final, what a gold medal match. Wonderful scenes here in Tallinn, in Estonia. What an achievement for Jeanette Justad. I do love the 10.9s that they have on the end of their sleeve there. So the medal ceremony will follow in just a second. If you have just joined us, then that concludes the 10-metre air rifle women's final. And we'll be back shortly with the medal ceremony here in Tallinn, Estonia. back to the Ring and Sport Spa Centre in the heart of Tallinn, the capital city of Estonia. We're just about to get underway with the medal ceremony for the 10-metre air rifle women.
Ladies and gentlemen, the awarding ceremony for the 10-metre air rifle women event of the European Shooting Championships 10 meters is starting now.
So just about to get underway. My name is Rory McAllister. I'll be your commentator for this medal ceremony.
By Wilhelm Green, the European Shooting Confederation Brazilian member.
So the medals will be presented by Mr. Willy Grill, European Shooting Confederation Presidium member. And alongside him, the flowers will be presented by Mr. Robert Lockridge of Great Britain, European Shooting Confederation Technical Committee member.
Representing Germany, Anna Janssen.
So Anna Janssen of Germany is announced as the bronze medalist here at the European Championships. Did ever so well in the final, considering that Shona McIntosh and Jeanette Dustad really were out in front. McIntosh was 1.2 in front as well of the Norwegian at one point, until all the scores got wiped again for the gold medal match series. So now the introduction of the silver medalist, Shona McIntosh.
The silver medalist, representing the United Kingdom, Shona McIntosh.
So Shona McIntosh of Great Britain, proud Scotswoman with the blue hair. And I do love the way it's dyed at exactly the right area and length, so that when she puts it up for a shooting final, we just see the blue from the hair scrunchie. So receives her medal from Willy Grill. And Robert Lockridge is also going over for the European style of embracing.
Representing Norway.
So there's
Jeanette Dustad.
the quota place as well that's been awarded because of Shona's achievements. And here is the gold medalist. Here is the European champion. It's Jeanette Hegg Dustad of Norway. Receives her medal. And just adjusts it like a true professional around her neck just to make sure everything is present and correct. Receives her flowers. And now we stand for the national anthem of Norway.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Norway.
So what a proud moment for the 24-year-old. Jeanette Dustad picks up her second gold medal of these European Championships in as many days, and also a quota place for the Paris Olympic Games. The European champion and gold medalist representing Norway is Jeanette Hegg Dustad. Silver medalist representing Great Britain, Shona McIntosh, also with the quota place, and the bronze medalist, Anna Janssen of Germany. What a couple of days it's been for Jeanette. 24 years old and 2 gold medals. That's from just this week. What an achievement. Will she now go on to Paris next summer? Will she make the finals again? And will she improve on those 2 fourth places, narrowly missing out on Olympic medals, both in the 10 metres and in the 50-metre 3 positions? Well, that concludes the medal ceremony while the photographs are now taken. We'll now reset the range because we have the 10-metre air rifle men coming up at 7:45 this evening. So local time here in Tallinn has just gone 7:06. So we'll be back in about 30 minutes' time for the live coverage of the 10-metre air rifle men from the European Championships here in Tallinn. We will see you in 30 minutes' time.
Mediteranske su bile